partner makes way more than me and works way less than me. Why do harder jobs pay the least? I work 40 hours a week as a custodian. I make $16 an hour and live paycheck to paycheck. I'm exhausted from the work and use my weekend to regroup for the work to come. I recently started dating someone who has a salaried adult job and they told me that they work roughly 10 hours a week, gets paid every 2 weeks, and each paycheck is $1,800. They said that their job is mostly sending emails. WTF? That doesn't feel fair at all. I want to clarify that I'm not upset with my partner in the slightest. I'm upset that we live in such a backwards society. I work my ass off every week and get little reward, while my partner does hardly anything and makes a ton of money. Make it make sense. SMH. I hate that if I want a better paying job that my best option is to take out loans and go to school, when in reality the jobs I could get after school will most likely just train me to do that job. College feels like a scam. But if I want a more stable job, I have to play the game. SMH. Edit. I didn't really think about how my partner gets paid for their knowledge. It's true. My partner went through school and busted their ass off and they deserve everything they get paid. I just wish that people who work physically demanding jobs could get paid a little better. 2. Thank you to the people who wrote kind and helpful comments explaining the reasoning for difference in pay. Those comments actually really inspire me to go back to school, especially since I'm about 6 credits away from my associate's degree. Still having a hard time figuring out what I want to study though. I'm also anxious with money because I've grown up poor. And like I said, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. So school feels like a big risk for me. I believe it would be worth it though. It's one of the facts of life that the difficulty and risks of a job don't necessarily correlate with the compensation for it. I feel you. I work as a low-volt electrician and my wife is a consultant. She's pushing 2.5x my salary and works from home lol. I call her my sugar mama. That being said, she occasionally has to put in 70-80 hours a week when shit's on fire. Yeah, this is something I noticed from the other side. It's one of the reasons I believe so strongly in a living wage. You can't tell me that the people busting their butts cleaning or cooking or stocking shelves aren't working hard. I really hope the pandemic would wake up all the poorly paid essential workers to their actual worth. We function just fine with executives staying home. But we wouldn't last a week if all the hourly workers went on strike. I work with hazardous materials and I'm crazy certified in a lot of cleanup procedures. I get paid a lot but don't do much work. Many high-paying jobs you are paid not for what you do but what you might have to do. Mad respect to all service workers out there. Y'all deserve more. Some salaried jobs are like that. I have a few buddies who just hang on Discord all day playing League and working a few hours here and there. Not all jobs are like this. Mine has me on some 50-70 hours a week, but they've paid me an amount large enough for me to care. That's always been my question. The hardest jobs I've ever had paid less than the easiest ones. That always paid much more. I've made less working a back-breaking job, literally making time and a half or double time, than I did working a job where I worked 32 hours a week. The skilled job actually paid much less than the unskilled job. I've noticed it with my wife too. Her career pays way more than my back-breaking soul-killing jobs ever did. Pay isn't based on work and never has, or farmers and coal miners etc. would be the richest people on Earth. You get paid what you can leverage and what the market dictates. If you want more money, find a job that's short on workers and is tricky to learn. Not to be mean, but it's not just sending emails, it's knowing what emails to send and what to send. Making chalk mark on generator $1 knowing where to make mark $9,999. Charles Proteus Steinmetz. And I agree. Wages are not high enough to support basic life right now. All you can do for now is fight for what you can. But in the meantime, get some training in something specialized if you want to get out of basic income. I don't think there's a more profound reality in the human experience than the glaring fact that not all jobs are the same. There are jobs doing virtually nothing with no consequences whatsoever slotted within a Fortune 500's company's rounding error. There are jobs on this planet that will sacrifice your health for pennies a day. And everything in between. As for impacts, it's similarly glaring. Some people's whims count for more than the unified dreams of millions. Because this is a class war and the point is to keep you starving and tired so you can't do anything. Look up grants and aid in your state. I paid nothing to go back to tech school because I didn't have a degree and was past normal college age. Regular college is fine too. Just pick a subject or field that will result in a stable job. Yeah, it's not fair. I'm finally at a really good and easy job, good pay. And it's great for me. But now that I'm kinda in the business world, I'm like, why do PPL say these jobs are harder? My fast food job making $10 hour was harder than this. Everyone just needs to be paid more. Just got a new job. Essentially no skills required, bottom of the barrel stuff. Requiring the ability to pick up a box and move it essentially. Pay is $15 hour more than the industry I've been in 10 years. Requiring knowledge of complex machinery, etc. The entire industry is underpaid for the work performed versus skills. Well, they're only getting paid $6 more than you. But I agree. College is a scam. But if you can do it, you should. As a college dropout, I hit the ceiling so hard in my field despite being talented and qualified. I went and finished my degree 12 years later and my career took off. I was literally taking classes I didn't care about and unrelated to my work because it was the fastest path to graduating. It's fucking stupid beyond all measure. Clever work, hard work. Anyone can work hard. But not everyone can work smart. You are oversimplifying your partner's work as just sending emails. We're not paid based on how hard we work. We're paid based on how difficult we are to replace. No offense. But anyone can be a custodian. I'm a teacher with 250 students. I make $46,000 a year. My husband is an engineer and makes almost triple what I do. We both went to university. He has said himself that my job is much more demanding. Just wanted to say I feel this cold sweat. Smile. My partner and I make about the same amount of money, but they're a middle school teacher and have to be on constantly with no breaks. On their feet, taking work home, etc. I'm a librarian and I mostly work from home in my pajamas and am done by 4 p.m. I feel really bad sometimes. I refer to this as the pay to bullshit ratio. Sounds like your job has high bullshit, low pay. You need to find a better custodial job. I currently work as a custodian. Do not bust my ass and make $23 hour. Outside of management, those folks are usually paid for what they know, not their hourly labor. It makes sense from a purely capitalist perspective, but it is definitely unfair. I'm kinda confused why this is news. Why do some folks work hard at school and go to college? The idea is eventually they don't have to work as hard. Not only is white-collar work easier than blue-collar work, the higher up you go, the more you get paid for less work. You're not wrong.